Did you know that your stomach acid can actually corrode through wood and steel? But because the cells in the stomach make a natural antacid, this is neutralised, meaning your stomach doesn't eat itself. So I've been getting into the idea of tattoos recently. Don't worry, family who are watching this, I don't have any plans to get one anytime soon. At least not in the near future anyway. But tattoos are interesting. They're art where your skin is the canvas, a way of self-expression. People have all kinds of different reasons for getting one. But what if tattoos could be not just pieces of art, but also functional? Well, researchers at MIT and Harvard Medical School have developed tattoo inks that could aid in tracking health. For example, sensing the blood glucose levels of an insulin-dependent diabetic. Currently, diabetics have to test their blood samples, so they use a pinprick test. But these inks, known as dermal abyss, although still in the proof of concept stage, potentially in the future it could become a standard part of daily life for those that require and want it. The premise of the tattoo ink is relatively simple. When a specific factor in the body changes, the ink changes colour, providing a fast, unobtrusive way of understanding what's going on inside you. Currently, they have 3 inks. The pH sensor changes between purple and pink, the glucose between blue and brown, and lastly there's a sodium and pH sensor that fluoresces at a higher intensity when exposed to ultraviolet light. The ink so far has been tested on pigskin samples, and an app has been developed to read the results of what the tattoo is showing. There is even potential to make the tattoos temporary for as long as the tracking is required, or invisible under normal lighting conditions. The ink monitors the interstitial fluid, and that's the fluid between the cells. Because there are all sorts of things in this, water, salts, sugars, ions, amino acids, hormones and more, there's the potential to be able to measure a multitude of factors. The design goals for dermal abyss, as outlined by the researchers, as I understand it, are as follows. Firstly, having the skin as an interactive display. Skin can normally be an indicator of health, emotional state and nutrition. By allowing the skin itself to display information that can be decoded, information can be shared. Secondly, this technology can be indistinguishable from the body. Unlike wearable technology, that can be quite cumbersome to wear. This concept is described as seamless and personal. Paired with the fact that these do not require a power source, are not heavy and won't be affected by body movement, this makes them an all-round simpler way to measure body functions. The functional goal is that metabolism is the input and the interstitial fluid reflects the blood's content. And finally, because tattoos are already popular, these bioinks could integrate easily, allowing for aesthetic, functional sensors that can permanently monitor specific factors. However, there are a number of limitations to this that still need to be addressed. For example, a wider range of colours and intensities would enable more specific information, and the optimization of the range would allow for more precise data to be gathered. The inks, of course, need to be safe for human use. They need to be biocompatible and non-toxic before being able to be tested in vivo, and that is in live animals. This is in the sense of being non-toxic to the animals, as well as not interfering with normal tissue function. After all, the skin is the largest organ in the body, and a tattoo has the potential to affect other tissues. In fact, recent research suggests that traditionally tattooed skin actually sweats less, which isn't a good thing. Another factor to consider is the shelf life of the tattoo. Will it disintegrate over time, like a traditional tattoo, and become less effective? This of course isn't ideal if you're using it to monitor your health. Will the ink diffuse through the skin or be broken down by enzymes? Overall, it's a really interesting concept, and an idea that I can personally see becoming a popular option in the future. After all, if I had to choose between pinprick blood tests or an aesthetically pleasing design that tells me all I need to know by looking at it, I have a feeling I'd choose the latter. There are other applications for this, of course, including, for example, dehydration monitoring. Even less obvious applications, like monitoring astronauts in space, is a viable option, as researchers need to be able to precisely track body conditions of those in space. There's all sorts of scope with this, so I think I'll be keeping on top of learning more about it. So thanks for listening to this video, and let me know if you're into tattoos, or if you consider something like this. See you in the next one. Bye!